Good morning. Today, I, Afsheen Siddiqui from the organizing team of World Cold Chain Expo in Dubai, have the privilege of speaking with Global Shipping and Logistics LLC, Mr. Gurumurthi Shankar, who is a highly experienced professional with more than 30 years of global expertise in supply and cold chain management. And he has held several key leadership positions in general management across multiple regions, especially in the Gulf. So GSL Dubai is our lead sponsor at the upcoming World Cold Chain Expo. The event is on 24th and 25th of September. So greetings, Mr. Shankar. Thank you for being here with me today.
Good morning, Afsheen. Thanks for the introduction. Words said. Happy to be here with you and looking forward to the Cold Chain Expo in Dubai next month.
Pleasure is all ours. So let's kick off with our first question for you today. So can you please tell us about Global Shipping and Logistics LLC, which I will address as GSL moving on, and its key services offered in the UAE market, specifically related to the cold chain logistics?
GSL is part of a large group called Al Shirabi, which is more than a 50-year-old group with more than 11,000 people in the UAE, and GSL is about 1,000 people in the UAE. What GSL is one of the companies which offers logistics services. What we actually do is we act as a growth partner, adding value to customer supply chain needs. Right? We offer integrated logistics services. We wouldn't like to be just termed warehousing or a distribution company. We want to offer integrated logistics services, which means when a container arrives at the port, this could be a frozen product, this could be chilled, this could be temperature control products. Most of these products need to be handled with care, with the genset. Even if you want to pull a container out, you've got to have a genset fitted into your trailer. So everything needs to be done properly in order for the products to maintain its cold chain integrity. So we offer port clearance as the containers arrive at the port, such as a municipality, health, Ministry of Finance, and other statutory documentation which are associated with food products, and we do the haulage from the port and also to the port, depending on inward or outward journey. And then we support with the state-of-the-art warehousing. So our warehousing is chamberized environment in order to provide for products to be stored temperatures and different conditions. There may be products with the same temperature requirements but cannot be stored together. So which means we got to separate them even though they could be belonging to the same customer. So we provide temperatures ranging from -24 all the way to +4 and +18 and +28. So they can offer different temperatures and that can be adjusted. So customer can track the temperature not only for now, but also going back 30 days or 15 days. In addition to that, we also value-added services. What it means is that, when we go to super packs that are customer-friendly, consumer-friendly packs, packed into 3, you buy 3, you get 1 free, and all those things. These are packaging needs, or there may be labels that need to be affixed, for example, Arabic for the Middle Eastern market. These are things which we do for our customers in our facility. So which means basically they do the customization at the last minute, just before it hits the market. Then the distribution bit. So we basically deliver all their products to almost 7,500 outlets in the UAE, be it a supermarket or a hypermarket or a departmental store or a hotel or a restaurant. And we also do cross-border transportation across the GCC into various countries. And to top it all these with best processes supported by our best technology infrastructure that we have for warehouse management system, transport management system, vehicle tracking, and interfacing with the customers. All these things make visibility possible for the customers from the time it arrives at the port all the way to the time it ends up in a supermarket or a restaurant or any outlet. So we constantly reinvent ourselves and come up with innovative ideas and services. One such idea is a bonded warehouse. We are the only bonded 3PL warehouse operator on shore where we keep bonded and non-bonded products under the same roof right next to each other. That's That's the facility we have gained out of our expertise and the systems that we have, which adds as a big advantage to our customers to keep both local and regional stocks together.
Great. Uh, Thank you for sharing these insights into the GSL's services. So it is actually very wonderful to understand that GSL is providing services from the starting point, especially at those checkpoints which are very critical in terms of maintaining the integrity of the products. For example, like you mentioned, that from container to taking it to the trucks, I think that's the crucial point of time when we cannot afford the temperature difference for the perishable products. So there, and then it finally reaching out to the outlets or the hotel chains or the consumers. I think this is great that GSL is providing its services into this region. Now, it's evident that your focus into the cold chain logistics, it plays a very crucial role in the region's supply chain operations. So, like you also mentioned about the 3PL services. Now, this takes me to my next question, which is about 3PL services and how does GSL leverage its technology and innovations to enhance the efficiency and visibility within the logistics operations, particularly talking about the cold chain logistics?
Sure. Sure. Thanks. As you rightly mentioned, the minute you mention cold chain, it becomes extremely critical. It becomes sensitive. 80%, 75 to 80% of our products are food products, and we have some pharmaceutical as well. That in itself tells you that our operations are so sensitive in terms of hygiene, in terms of the temperature needs, and the fluctuations cannot go beyond a certain point. And all these things cannot be done manually. It used to be done manually many, many years ago, but with technology stepping in, we have adopted a lot of technologies to make it less dependent on humans and more on the computers. So we, as an operation, we are a very technology-driven operation. We use top-end systems. First of all, we use for the basic running of the warehouse, we use something called warehouse management system, which is Manhattan, which is one of the world's renowned brands of the shelf package, and they're constantly evolving. And we have upgraded to the latest one, which is like 2022 version, which means we have the latest features available in the system. Then we also have transport management system where we show the customers whatever orders are being planned and loaded onto by trucks. They get to see the trucks live, which orders are being carried onto each truck, and then which orders are being delivered or have been delivered and that are going to be delivered for the rest of the day. So there is visibility to, they can chop and change even during the day. Suddenly they call and say, stop this delivery, can you just prioritize another delivery? So this is the kind of visibility we give them. And also on top of that, we have vehicle tracking systems as well, where they know the temperature, like how they know the temperature of what it is in the warehouse. They know the temperature and humidity levels in the truck as well, which is very important because the climatic conditions here over 6 months are very harsh for cold chain. So is a big challenge for companies like ourselves. So the vehicle tracking system helps as a big information carrying tool for the customers, which again is enabled through technology today. We also, when it comes to technology, we also link it to innovation. While a lot of products are sensitive and they are very, very temperature driven, there are things that we can do in the local market to help the customers. So what we do constantly is that in addition to providing run-of-the-mill services, we also work on innovation, which come in two parts. One is basically something driven by internal efficiencies for our own benefits, how we can be more efficient, how can be more productive. And the second one is basically to relieve customers of their pain. So it's quite possible that customers are bringing in all the products to the warehouse, all in the final packed condition, which involves a lot of products would have a lot of air filled in the packs. Whereas what we have done is we have set up packaging lines in our facility for confectionaries. What it does is that it allows customers to bring in bulk. these chilled and frozen products. And these come in bulk, which means in a container, if they can pack X, they can pack X plus 20% or 30% of products. Thus, they reduce the freight. And then they allow us to do the final packing, which means the levels that we offer will have to be at the highest level. And also, the automation that we offer should be in line with what they could otherwise achieve at the tail end of their factory. They're basically becoming an extension of their in another country, and we continue the work in GSL. So this is a kind of innovation we have done where we even have some confectionery and other products which are packed and sent out to the market as packed in GSL, which is printed on top of that. So this has allowed customers to depend more and more on us for the last mile packaging. When it comes to internal, we also have automation that we have done through, for our own routine operations, such as packaging and putting multiple products into a bag and deliver to the market. What was being done manually, now we have used automated robotic equipment, which has cut down the need for people from X to 1/4 of the number. So in addition to that, we are also looking at in the next 6 months, we will have a machine which will be offloading loose loaded containers with the help of robotic arms, suck and put it onto the conveyor belt. So we are constantly looking at various ways and means of not only modernizing our warehouse, but also look at opportunities with the customers where we could add innovative ways used with the use of technology, so that relieves them the pain of what they are doing, which is costing them a lot more money and headache at the point of origin.
Absolutely. So streamlining the operations process by the use of innovation and technology, innovations like opening up your own packaging line, which eases the customer product distribution. And also, I think it reduces the chances of error throughout the process.
Absolutely.
So I think this is commendable, and especially in ensuring that the integrity of the cold chain throughout the logistic process is maintained.
Also, it gives them the flexibility to make changes towards the end. If you make the packaging somewhere in a, let's say in Europe or the US, it is done months ahead of the consumption point. Whereas since we have given this flexibility, they could take a decision to change the pack size even literally weeks before it gets out to the market.
Absolutely. So proceeding further, a very important topic, sustainability. So it's again a key aspect of logistics management in today's world. So could you shed some light on GSL's approach to eco-friendly initiatives, especially concerning the perishable goods and temperature-sensitive cargo? Because I remember we had a conversation regarding the solar trucks that have been into operations or just started the operations from your organization. So yeah.
Yeah. So as the name itself suggests, cold chain means it's extremely energy hungry. Okay. If I have to just if I have to just mention one line of cost in the whole company, it's the electricity cost, which means we are both challenged from cost perspective and sustainability angles. Right. So we are being challenged both by customers, by our own stakeholders, by shareholders, and also from all the sustainability initiatives now coming harder and harder from the regulatory bodies. So we have already started. The train has already left the station, as they say. We have done quite a few things while we are trying to put together a strategy, ESG strategy, to have a structured plan in place to reduce emissions. While that is happening in the meantime, we have already done quite a few things. I'll just list a few things. You cannot eliminate emissions. You can try and minimize to the best possible to run a business, especially for the cold chain. So the first one is I would just like to mention the solar panels, which is a large investment we have made, and we have over 2 facilities. We have set up solar panels 8.4 mega, which is a substantial size on 2 warehouses. And these two bring about a substantial amount of energy savings and basically saves a lot of emissions. The other one, as you rightly mentioned, panel trucks to chill the box. It started in a small way, but it should grow over a period of time, and I'm certain this will be a game changer when the battery power improves. The third one is we also use, as you know, to transport chilled or frozen products, you need to have trucks which are going down to the temperature required. However, you have customers with multiple temperature requirements on a truck. A truck can carry a maximum of 2 different temperatures with a partition. But what we have done is, whereas you may have 3 or 4 temperature requirements, which means if you put on 2 different trucks, your occupancy level is going to go down in a truck. So what we have done, we have come up with boxes, which are basically, they call them passive boxes. They can, you cool them down and then put, let's say, ice creams in a chilled, you put the frozen product into a passive box. So by doing that, we are doing multiple temperatures, more than 2 in 2 divided sections, right? It cannot be in huge quantities, but now we're talking about, we are doing retail business where the trucks are typically 3 to 4 tons, which are small trucks. That's what is serving the retail industry. This is a thing which has given us a lot of flexibility to go with many product ranges in one truck. Then we have a huge recycling process in place in our facilities. Basically, we process, recycle broken pallets, but through repairs, or we put them through the system to make new pallets. Plastic recycling, paper recycling. These are actually, it's a separate operation happening in the company. We don't let anything to go waste. We put them through, and then they get recycled and they come back. We are even conscious about buying the plastics which are biodegradable. So there's a lot of reuse happening on the plastics. And when it comes to the operations, we looked at, we have added more and more handhelds to barcode readers and reduced paper-based operations. So we used to carry a lot of papers to go and pick. So we have introduced handheld barcode scanners, and thus reducing paper. So we are almost 60% of the operation is without a paper, which means they get instruction on a handheld. They go and scan the product, put it on a pallet, and then bring it out to load, or the same way at the time of inbound. So our target is to get up to 80% paperless, because it's still not possible to go 100% yet in this world. There are other energy saving initiatives such as installing high-speed doors. So as you know, we have built our infrastructure over the last 20 years. So what was built 20 years and 17 years ago are so far behind where technology is today.
Yes.
So we have to constantly revisit the old chambers and the boxes to see what else we could do. So when it comes up for replacement, we try to change the doors, which are the doors. Instead of a door coming down slowly, it comes down much faster with all the safety controls, which means there is very little leak. And then you put in other technologies to reduce energy leaks. And there are a lot of new things that have come into the market, which are being used in our latest facilities, which we try to bring into the old facilities as well. So there's a constant process of reinventing ourselves when it comes to the refrigeration side. We try to change all the parts and the refrigeration equipment into the latest energy saving equipment, even though they are investment hungry. But over a period of time, it both helps us from the angle of sustainability as well as from a recurring cost point of view. And the other projects that we have underway are we are building a water recycling plant in one of our facilities. As I said, there is a very detailed ESG study going on, which will basically which is a very planned path where we want to be in the next 3 years and 5 years, while the regulatory bodies are going to make it statutory.
Amazing work, Mr. Shankar. What I see is that especially in a hot climate like that of Middle East, I think switching to solar energy where we can leverage the power of the solar energy that the area gets, I think it's a wonderful initiative in the warehouses as well as in the moving vehicles. Then secondly, you mentioned about the recycling in many ways, even the pellets as well as going paperless to great extent. Digitalization is in place. And also the other initiatives that mentioned, and it surely proves that GSL is moving towards eco-friendly practices in turn. Obviously, the cost incurred in the upgradation of technology or the machinery or the refrigeration that is in the warehouses and in the trucks takes a lot of money. However, like you mentioned, that in the long run, it will prove to be very useful for the organization and also for the products. So perfect. Now, my next question to you is a little international perspective, because at this event we would be seeing a lot of international participants at the show. So, in general, give us an insight on what is the potential of the Middle East market, especially in terms of cold chain industry.
If you look at cold chain, it's an ever evolving industry, and especially in a place like the Middle East. If you looked at where it was 40 years ago to where it is right now, it's a huge, massive growth, which means that what was earlier being produced outside, brought in, chilled or frozen and into here, now it is becoming more as bring the raw material locally and processed locally. So if you look at across Middle East, this is the model that is happening. There's a lot more manufacturing and processing happening in the Middle East. I'm not talking only about the UAE. UAE has gone a long way forward, and across the region as well. And we all know Saudi is just taking off in a big way. Qatar has become more self-sufficient. So basically, in the region, one, the population has grown, which means there is more consumption, and it is not just a import and use model, it's partially import, processed locally and use, which means there is going to be a lot more infrastructural requirements in the local marketplace. We have seen in our growth as well. So if you look at, there are more competitors stepping in, there are more capacities that are being made available in the market, and at the same time there is business coming in as well for all these reasons. So some of these countries in the region are becoming a regional base to cater to the needs of the neighboring markets. We all know to service all the markets from a faraway Western country or a faraway Southeast Asia or Far East to come in is more difficult. So more and more regional setups are happening, more and more local manufacturing is happening, which means high quality cold chain infrastructure is needed. When we say infrastructure, it is not just a warehouse, it's warehouse, trucking, and the technologies around it, visibility, all these things, digitization, all these things are the need of the hour. And it is only going to grow from here on and not stop for a while to come.
Completely agree with that. So this brings to my last question for today's interview. So because GSL is our lead sponsor at World Cold Chain Expo, what are the key highlights that GSL will be showcasing at the event, and which audience segments are you in particularly eager to connect with?
Yeah, thanks. I mean, to be fair, we look at this event as a big showcasing event for GSL, which is the main reason why we want to participate and be the sponsor there. Which is mainly we take it in 3 blocks. The main reason we're there is certainly we would like to be talking to new customers who we don't know. There may be people coming in from overseas. They want to set up operation. How do we set up operations? How it is done here? We want to be explaining this to them. We want to meet them. We want to promote our services on hand. And the second is we want to take this opportunity to make customers and other stakeholders aware of GSL's progress in terms of infrastructure, in terms of regional growth, what we are doing, in terms of technology and sustainability initiatives, which we just talked. And I think this is a fantastic forum for us to showcase ourselves in terms of not just as a selling tool, but also to show what initiatives we have taken, why we want to be ahead of the curve when it comes to technology, sustainability, or innovation. And then thirdly, we certainly want to meet up with good quality equipment and technology partners to know more about the latest developments in the market. What are the upcoming innovations? What is the technology we can embark on? We are ever hungry. Our attitude is to be ever hungry. That will drive value and result in customers' growth. So we want to pass the same thing on to the same amount of spirit I have to meet with customers, I want to meet with good suppliers as well, good partners as well. So without this, the cycle is not complete. So it's a chain. So these are the three main objectives that I have for GSL to come and achieve during the World Cold Chain Expo in Dubai.
Absolutely. Nicely put in. So I think it will be exciting to witness the interactive sessions that GSL would be taking at World WCCE conference, and the innovative solutions that GSL would be showcasing would be exciting to look at. So I'm sure that this platform will give you the right connections. This platform will be a place where you will meet all the target audience and industry stakeholders together. So I think we have come to the end of this interview, and I really thank you for providing us great insights into the company's services, the strategies, and the future outlook today. So I look forward to seeing you physically at the event.
Absolutely. Thanks, Afsheen. Thanks for the lovely interview, and look forward to seeing you in Dubai next month.
Thank you so much, and have a great day ahead.